What is up, fellow travelers? Aaron the Old Man Gamer here, and we are back with some more low sodium game time featuring Dark Souls 3. So in our previous episode, we went over to, basically, I'm going to dip out here really quick to show you what we did in case you don't remember, or you're watching this after a substantial amount of time. What we did was we went over that way. There was that tower. There was a Silver Knight with a really big hammer. I believe his name is Silver Knight Lido. Not sure. I'm looking at the stuff from the Japanese language version, so it's hard for me to remember some of this stuff. So if I make mistakes on names and junk like that, I'm sorry. But I'm going literally by memory. So I played the American version of Dark Souls 3 a long, long time ago. And when the Fire Fades edition came out, I got the Japanese version because the Japanese version came with a lot of cool extras. So I was able to get a special edition version of the Japanese version of Fire Fades that had a full soundtrack for the game. It came with a map, it came with postcards, it came with cool packaging, a whole 9 yards. And I was like, man, this is too cool to pass up because I love Dark Souls. And that was something that was really something that made me go, that is really, really cool, and I really, really want it. And I also happen to like the Japanese control scheme. And because you can't change it in Dark Souls 3, I bought that. So, consequently, there's no English language version of the menus or any of that other stuff. So the spoken language part is all in English, because they didn't have a Japanese language track. Not even in the Japanese version. But when it came to the menus and stuff like that, there's no English. So I'm going by what I remember and what I've seen on wiki sites and stuff like that. So a lot of times I'll have nicknames for things like the Shroomy Boys or these other things. I'll just give them nicknames because I forget what they're actually called, and I don't have anything to remind me. So anyway, we went over there. There was an overseer up by the Purging Monument that we cheesed. We got rid of him, got rid of a bunch of ring knights, got rid of that invader guy, and we got Havel's Ring +3. So one of the things I made a point of saying is do not rest at the bonfire after you do all that, because all those guys, except for the invader, will respawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up this ladder, and this will lead us to the area where the Purging Monument is. So you'll be able to hear Midir screaming and yelling and jumping up and down and breathing fire all over the place as we climb up this ladder. So technically speaking, that is Midir flying back and forth and burning the area where the bridge is, but we haven't triggered him to actually do that in the game yet. So here we are. Once we drop down here, we're not going to be able to get back up. So there's 2 ring knights in this area. They will try to gangbang you, and it'll be very, very miserable. Now, the area where that overseer was leads to the Purging Monument. So what we're going to do is, once we drop down here, we're going to make a run for it. And then we're going to go past that area and down a ladder. And because that overseer's no longer there, he won't impede our progress or summon any of his little guys to start attacking us while we're doing stuff. Which is why we cheesed him from where we were at. So, drop down here. We're going to sprint a little bit to get around. You can hear those ring knights making their rounds. They're all going the wrong direction. Overseer was sitting right here. We're going to go down these stairs. Ladder's right here. Drop down. Cross over this little bridge. Grab the shiny, which is a nice soul item. And we're at the Purging Monument. So, now that we know where the Purging Monument is, we can tell Lapp. So, this is going to say I haven't sinned. I'm not hollow. That's all. That's all we need to do to trigger that. So you notice all the distorted, weird faces on all this stuff. Very weird, very strange. But you know what? It's a Purging Monument. So, We're going to keep going this way. So there's an item over there, and it'll be one of those little stabby guys coming up. He's going to fall down there. We're going to grab this. And see, there's that one guy over there. Grab our bow. Let's see if we can knock that dude off. Because I don't want to have to deal. He's, as you can see that smoke coming off of him, he's one of those curse bearers. And the curse bearers are no fun because they can kill you without actually touching you. So he's going to drop off. We're not going to have to worry about him cursing us just yet. Put our fire sword back on. Our little chaos infusion. So we're going to drop down here. This dude's dead. Take us a little damage, but that's okay. Let's see, in here is our buddy Lapp, aka Patches. We're going to talk to him.
Oh, and here we are again. How goes things? I'm rather running in circles, I'm afraid. I can't find the Purging Monument, and I've searched high and low. What if it was never here in the first place? Oh, bloody hell. What do I know? Are you certain of that? No. Sorry, I know you'd never lie to me. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I'll speed right on over. It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was, what I lived for, and what my name was. And I'll have you to thank for it all. Ah, thank you. Most sincerely. I swear upon my birth name that I am your friend. No matter what might come out, no matter what I was, if you would do me the honor, allow me to be a true friend, always.
Okay, so we're going to meet Patches again later. This covetous gold serpent ring. So, Patches is going to go over to the Purging Monument and recover his memories. So what we're going to do is we're going to whip out our nice bow of chasiness here. And we're going to get rid of all these guys. So these guys are actually more dangerous than most of the other enemies around here. Because they have that curse power. And because they have that curse power, we need to get rid of them before we go over in that area. Because frankly, that curse buildup is really fast, and I don't want to deal with that life. So we've got rid of all those guys, we've gotten rid of all those guys. So we should be good for now, as long as we don't go into that tunnel. So if we go into that tunnel, there'll be more of those little bird guys that jump around and stab you. So, cast us up a little bit. Grab this ring knight weapon. So they drop some stuff. I think those are just dung pies, and I don't want those. Some people use them because they're annoying. So what we're going to do, we're going to go this way. Some ember from the ring knight we killed earlier. So those are the heralds. They're down below us because they spawn whenever you come around this area. So don't try to cheese them with a bow while you're up on this thing, because they can come and get you. And it's not pretty, because they'll come out of nowhere. So, we've made it down this far. I believe we'll take a little bit of damage when we just drop off here. But that's okay. See, we've done that, so yeah, if you want to mess with the Herald Knights, they're there. You can farm them. I think they drop Titanite chunks. You just don't want to have more than one of them coming after you at one time. You want to have a nice open area to fight in, such as this. we'll go over this way so that other guy doesn't come after us. So what you do with these guys basically is to pick your shots. So these guys have a pretty distinct pattern. You just have to know what to look for and find your openings. You can farm these guys for their uniforms. They drop chunks. Pretty sweet deal all around if you're willing to put up with the risk of actually going after them. Let's see if we can just run up here and grab this shiny without them coming after us. It's a soul item. So what we're going to do... So now that we've done all that, we can actually go back and rest at the bonfire because we've killed all the people we need to kill in this area to get the stuff that we needed. So, go rest. So, get your shield out. Like a good fire-resistant shield. Black Knight shield is good. There's the Fire Crest shield. It's another good one. So what we're gonna do, because this is what the area is, we're going to try to run across this bridge. And Dark-Eater Midir is going to attack us, and it's going to be a bad time, but we can make it to the next safe area before he comes back. There's this guy. Estus ourselves up. Just come over here, grab that. Couple Titanite scales. Let's see. There's a shiny over here. Yep, here he comes again. We'll just go over here. Wait till that fire dies down a bit. We're gonna make a run for it. And we're going to drop down this way. We're going to take some damage from the fall, but this guy's pretending to be sleeping here. We're not about that life. Heal up a bit. And now we run in this area. Right here is, so we go up over here, and here's our buddy Lapp, aka Patches. He's doing the Patches squat. He's actually been to the Purging Monument, so he knows exactly who he is now. So, he's doing the Patches squat.
Finally, you've come. Now I know exactly who I was. And for that, I've a little thanks to be giving. Go this way and peep past the broken staircase. Some awfully fine treasures just sitting there all alone. It'll change your life.
Yeah, see what he wants to do.
I've much to thank you for, so I'll say it again and again. Go this way and peep past the broken staircase. Some awfully fine treasures just sitting there all alone. What? Don't you believe me?
Yeah, see, he's going to kick us off the ledge, But you know what? That's cutscene time.
Every age, it seems, is tainted by the greed of men. Rubbish to one such as I, devoid of all worldly wants. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way we are. I'll stick you in my prayers. A fine dark soul to you.
So Patches has done what Patches always does and knocks you off into an area where he says there's treasure and there is no treasure, or if there is treasure, it's not the the thing you wanted to do. So let's see, drop down this way. There's a crystal lizard somewhere. Let's see. I believe this collapses. I think we just keep going upwards, and then we will eventually get our way out. Let's see, that is a mimic. I forget what it drops, but it drops something. Okay, that's the Ring of Evil Eye +3. Oh, we have a symbol of avarice. So now we could put a mimic head on top of ourselves and get more souls if we wanted to. But we're not going to do that because we're not that greedy. Let's see. This way, this bunch of skellies. Okay, that's them. Now, hopefully we won't trigger the Morn Knight invasion, but we might. Let's see. There's that crystal lizard. He's going to go down there and disappear. That thing's going to collapse. And bonfires there. Now, if we go back to that area where Patches was, he will have left his armor set for us. So if you thought his armor set was cool, yeah, you could wear it. So through this area is Darkeater Midir. Now he's going to be waiting on this bridge. We could run past him or we could try to fight him. I wouldn't recommend fighting him because you're going to have a bad... Well, there's a cheesy way to deal with him, but we don't really need to do it. So the only thing really over in this direction that I care about is the Chloranthy Ring +3. Oh, damn it. If we'd have just healed one more time, we could have made it in that door. We'd have been safe. Now we have to go grab our souls, which means we're going to have to run through all this business. Luckily, I stocked up on embers. Okay, we made it inside, so now Darky or Midir can't burn us in here. I'm going to try to run out here really quick and grab our souls. And then run back. So Midir is, he would have gone somewhere else. So right over here, sacred door. Twirly monk. Soul item. Miracle. Okay, and we're done. So now that we've gotten past Midir, Crystal Lizard. So he gives us some Titanite scales. Titanite scales are good for boss weapons, but I don't have a lot of boss weapons that I use. So this elevator takes us up to the previous bonfire in this area. This way leads to Half-Light, and there's a giant great sword, well, twin great sword wielding Green Knight over there. So, because we're not about the I'm gonna go fight this dude life, we are going to cheese him. Let's see, I think that's about it. Oh, just a little too high. I'm surprised. Usually at that distance it dips a little more. Just gonna run over this way and chill in this stairwell for a second. Okay, and he's back over there again. Do-do-do. So the cool thing is he's not going to know where we're at. So he'll just either stay right there or he'll come down a little ways and he'll go back. That is shooting right past him, which is kind of weird. It shouldn't. There we go. Go right here. Yeah, there he's going back. So he's kind of a damage sponge, and the other half of it is we're shooting him from a distance. So, So we could do a heck of a lot more damage if he was up closer, but I don't want him finding out where we're at because there's not a lot of room to fight him in this area. Yeah, he's just outside. Pretty sure he knows we're in here by now. It's whether he actually is smart enough to come in here or not. Nope. Guess he's not. I think what's really saving us is the fact that once we shoot him, he goes flying. And the other half of it is that he's not facing us when we're shooting him most of the time. Yep. We kill him? Yep, we did. Okay. And we get the twin swords automatically as a guaranteed drop. So if you want to live the twin greatsword lifestyle where you can power stance 2 giant weapons, there you go. So we're going to go over here, grab a couple things, and then we're going to head back to Firelink. Some chunk. See, spear fragments. See, I think that thing over there is either a soul item or some blossoms. Even if it's a bunch of scales or whatever, I don't think we need them because we got plenty of them when we're not using them. So the only thing that really concerns me at this point would be a slab, and I don't really need slabs. So first thing we're going to do, so it says a drop-off point that we just saw. I'm going to go over here, open this shortcut up. Here's our old bonfire. And then we're going to go down. And we're just going to run along here until we get that opening. So if you want to fight Dark Eater Midir, if you knocked him off into the abyss, you can go down this way. There is a... let's see, where is it? It's this one, I believe. Secret door. You go down this ladder. I'm going to grab this right here. See another spear fragment. So you can go down this way. See, if we had knocked Midir down, we would go this way. So there's a... This is a set. This is an antiquated set, I believe. Thought there was an Ember around here once. But yeah, that boss fog area would be for Midir. We're not about that life. This Dark Eater Midir is just painful. So here's a statue of what they believe the primordial serpents to look at. I believe this is Koth and Frompt. But, you know, that's from Dark Souls 1. You see those images around all over the place. They're the primordial serpents. All right. And before we end this, we're going to go grab a ring. So this area is done. We're going to go over here. Let's see, what do? We drop down here. And we drop down here. Chloranthry ring plus 3. So that's Gwyn. That's the furtive. That is the furtive pygmy. So basically, what they're doing with this statue is telling us that Gwyn gave the furtive pygmy the ring city. So that crown, it basically makes him the king of the ring city. So you'll go through there, and once you Filianor is sleeping inside that cathedral there. So once she wakes up, the world will end, and you'll be transported into the future, where everything's gone to hell. There's nothing but desert all over the place, and then there's a ring night, an invasion, and also you go and fight Slave Knight Gale. So Slave Knight Gale, another pain in the ass, not want to deal with him. So after this, we're going back to Firelink Shrine. We're going to cash out our remaining souls, and then we're going into endgame territory in the next episode. So go here. Now that we've rested really quick, we'll just do the end of this one. I'll start the next episode at Firelink Shrine. We'll go through that part, and then we'll end the game. And then we'll have a brief talk about my feelings on Dark Souls 3 and future plans. So that'll be for next time. But until then, I'll bid you all safe travels. And we'll be back again with some more low-sodium game time in Dark Souls 3 in the next episode. So take care and stay safe.